and better value wey no tear pocket. Go TV, love it.
Admission. Koladaisi University, Ibadan offers discounts on tuition to the first 200 applicants for the 2020-2021 academic session. Candidates who scored not less than 160 in the last UTME or with 4 points in the JUPEB and IGMB, as well as OND and NC holders can apply. For further inquiries, call 070-379-53524, 081-251-18443, and 090-988-71712. Or log on to www.koladaisiuniversity.edu.ng or visit our campus at Kilometer 18, Ibadan Oyo Expressway. Koladaisi University, Ibadan, advancing the frontiers of knowledge.
Announcement. United Missionary Comprehensive College, a Christian boarding and day secondary school for girls in Ibadan, announces the entrance examination into GS1 to GS3, and SS1 and SS2 forms are available at UMCC compound, Molete, Ibadan. For more information, you can call 080-333-00071, 081-210-13182, and 080-321-48599. Thank you. Announcer, the management.
Splash FM 105.5.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us and welcome to the second edition of Business Splash for the week. In this package, we have for you stories on monetary policy rate, pension, housing, transportation, oil and gas, as well as some stock reports. I'm Oluwaseun Akinola. The headlines: CBN retains monetary policy rate at 11.5%. Parameters constant amidst policy dilemma. Federal Housing Authority begins payment of 200 contractors. Kano State House of Assembly approves Governor Ganduje's 20 billion naira loan request. And transporters say e-coal fraudulent, embark on protest. Now, details of the news. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN Monetary Policy Committee, NPC, has retained the monetary policy rate at 11.5%. CBN Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, who made this known yesterday while presenting the communique from the NPC meeting, said the committee also agreed to hold all other parameters constant. The cash reserve ratio, CRR, was therefore retained at 27.5%, liquidity ratio at 30%, and the asymmetric corridor at plus 100 and minus 700 basis points around the MPR. The Federal Housing Authority, FHA, said it had commenced the payment of contractors who had completed their jobs. Providing an update on the development in a statement issued in Abuja, the spokesperson for FHA, Kenneth Shigelu, said the payment, which commenced on Tuesday, was in fulfillment of an agreement that was reached recently. The authority said it was important to note that it remained committed to the dictates of public accountability, which required the verification of work done before making payment for projects. Last week, about 200 contractors of the authority staged a protest at the headquarters of the Federal Housing Authority in Abuja to demand for the payment of projects that were done by them for the agency. And Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), Mala Melek Hyari, has described the recently approved rehabilitation exercise of the 210,000 barrels per day capacity Port Harcourt refinery as a worthy undertaking following diligent consideration and a strict adherence to industry best standards. Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division, Dr. Kenny Obateru, made this known in a statement yesterday. According to him, Kyari, who spoke in Abuja, stated that in arriving at the decision to award the engineering, procurement and construction EPC contract to Tecnimont Spa of Milan, Italy, after a competitive bidding process, the corporation observed an unprecedented level of transparency and due diligence, which consists of a governance structure and tender process that included key independent external stakeholders. He explained in terms of outlook and job scoping, the rehabilitation project is different from the routine turnaround maintenance, which was last carried out on the Port Harcourt refinery 21 years ago. The Kano State House of Assembly has approved Governor Abdullahi Ganduje's request to assess 20 billion naira domestic loans to fund capital projects. Governor Ganduje had requested the State Assembly's approval to access the sum of 20 billion naira from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to execute the Janguza Durum Kabo Karaye Road, built at 4.5 billion naira. The completion of Dangi flyover, the construction of township roads in Rano, Bichi, Gaya, and Karaye Emirates. Also projected for execution are 8 billion naira for the construction of Muhammad Buhari Road interchange at NNPC Hotoro and construction of rural roads across 38 local government areas, which will gap 6.5 billion naira. The legislators on Monday at the plenary approved the loan after deliberation and subsequent consent on the report of the House Committee on Appropriation led by Abba Ibrahim Garko. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment of Nigeria, Niyi Adebayo, has assured all companies in Nigeria of the ministry's preparedness to assist in growing their businesses. Adebayo said the government is committed to enhance collaborations and promote the right environment for industry, trade and investment. The minister who spoke at a virtual parley with French business leaders organized by the Franco-Nigeria Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FNCCI, said the government is working hard to create an environment for investments to thrive. Truckers under the auspices of Tin Can Island transporter operators have said that the electronic call-up system has failed to address the gridlock, alleging that the process was fraudulent. To that effect, they began on a 3-day protest on Tuesday to draw the attention of the federal and state government to the anomalies affecting the electronic call system recently introduced by the Nigerian Port Authority. This is coming barely a month since the NPA introduced the e-call-up system aimed at addressing the traffic situation along the Apapa Port corridor and to further promote trade facilitation. The truck owners also threatened to withdraw their services from the nation's seaport if the concerned authorities fail to yield to their demands. During the protest on Tuesday, they displayed placards that read, "NPA must provide truck parks, check activities at Sunrise Bus Stop, or reject garage select approvals." Kashiro, who is the coordinator of the transportation group, who addressed the crowd at Tin Can Island Port Second Gate, said the presence of the security agencies along the Mile 2 Sunrise corridor posed a serious menace to the operators. We'll now link up with Femi Ojo for Stock Exchange Report.
A beautiful morning to you out there. Here is a summary of trading activities on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange for yesterday, the 23rd day in the month of March 2021. A bearish way to close the market for investors as we have the Osha Index dropping by 0.05% to close at 38,704.97 basis points. Over 410.3 million units of shares valued at over 5.984 billion naira was traded in 3,937 deals, and we have the equity capitalization at the close of trading summing up to over 20.2 trillion naira. Straight to the top three gainers, we have WAPIC topping the gainers pack, gaining 5 kobo to close at 55 kobo. CAP gained 2 naira to close at 22 naira, and MPFMC RFBK gained 16 kobo to close at 1.77 kobo. For the decliners, we have Livestock topping the pack, losing 20 kobo to close at 1.90 kobo. Chams lost 2 kobo to close at 21 kobo, and Cornest lost 4 kobo to close at 56 kobo. For the major players, we have Dangote Cement topping the pack, trading over 107 million units of shares. UBN traded over 78.5 million units of shares. Transcap traded over 31.5 million units of shares. Guarantee traded over 26.8 million units of shares, and Custodians traded over 24.7 million units of shares. That was a summary of trading activities on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange for yesterday, the 23rd day in the month of March 2021. Join me on Friday when I bring you the outcome of today's trading and that of tomorrow's trading. I am Femi Hojo.
Thank you, Femi. That's it on Business Splash for today. And Splash 105.5 FM, Felele, Ibadan. It's your integrity station. Do join us on Friday for another edition. Good morning, and thank you for listening.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports,